Alright guys, so today I'm here with a different kind of video. Now, if you guys were paying attention throughout the past few days, you may have noticed that I was actually sitting in a completely different chair. And that's because the homies over at Ewin Racing wanted to hook me up with a chair so I can give you guys my overall impressions about it. And just note that my impressions of the chair are going to be 100% unbiased. So with that being said, today I'm going to be giving you guys my impressions of the Ewin Racing Gaming Chair. First things first is the assembly, and honestly, comparing it to my DXRacer chair that I built back in 2016, this assembly was pretty easy. Because back in 2016, it took me about an hour or so to finish building that chair, whereas with this chair, it took half the time, because the instructions that they give you in the box are extremely straightforward and to the point. And not only that, but most of the parts were already assembled, so there were parts that I was just able to skip and continue building the chair, which I highly appreciate. Because again, the main thing I want to do is sit in the chair, and the last thing I want to do is spend way too much time trying to build it. Not only that, one cool thing that they add in there are these gloves that allows you to continue building the chair without your hands getting sweaty or potentially harming yourself. So the fact that they included something like that actually says a lot. I'm glad that they care enough to make sure that you're safe while you're building the chair. So thank you for including that. And of course, after assembling the chair, the next thing that would be on my mind is how comfortable is the chair? And honestly, it was pretty comfortable. Now, being a person who has only owned one gaming chair, which is the DXRacer, I've kind of accustomed myself to this brand because it's all I've ever known, but trying something different with the Ewin Racing Chair, I was genuinely surprised with how comfortable it was. I mean, obviously it does come with lumbar support, it comes with neck support, and overall, the padding for the chair is extremely comfortable. It's nice and soft, but firm at the same time, if you guys get where I'm coming from. Comfortable enough to game for long hours, comfortable enough to edit for long hours, and comfortable enough to just sit in the chair, just in a general retrospect. Again, I found myself not getting, I guess, worn out or having to readjust myself to get comfortable in the chair after assembling it and sitting on it for a ton of hours. And again, you guys know that I do YouTube for a living. This is my job. So I'm going to be playing games for hours. I'm going to be editing for hours. I'm going to be sitting in general for hours. So I need a comfortable chair to accommodate that. And this chair did not disappoint. I was able to do all of that fairly comfortably. So I'm pretty sure that if you guys were to get the chair, you guys would hopefully experience the same comfort that I did. The final thing I want to do is a comparison between the Ewin Racing Chair and the DXRacer. Now, again, I told you guys that I would be entirely unbiased, and when it comes down to the comparison between the two, I would still personally recommend the DXRacer only because of the fact that it is a much more premium chair. Now, I did say earlier that I was getting comfort from the Ewin Racing Chair, and that's absolutely true. However, I find the DXRacer to be a bit more comfortable than the Ewin Racing Chair, only because not only was I able to do the three things that I've mentioned about the Ewin Racing Chair, where I'm able to edit for hours, I'm able to game for hours, and I'm able to sit for hours, but there have been countless times where I'm like editing or just chilling and I would pass out in my chair, in the DXRacer chair to be specific. So again, it's not knocking off anything from the Ewin Racing Chair, because again, it is a great chair, but I do still believe that the DXRacer has that edge. It's just slightly more comfortable. Again, enough to get me to pass out on the chair numerous amounts of times. So again, the Ewin Racing Chair is great, but the DXRacer is slightly better in terms of comfort. All in all, the Ewin Racing Chair is honestly a good chair for its price point, because comparing it to the DXRacer, it is a cheaper alternative. So if you guys are in the market for a gaming chair, then I would recommend getting the Ewin Racing Chair if you're on a budget. But if you do have that extra bit of cash, then I would recommend getting the DXRacer, only because it is a bit of a premium build compared to the Ewin Racing Chair. And from my own personal experience, I would think that you guys would probably get a bit more comfort out of that chair compared to the Ewin Racing Chair. Again, they are both great chairs, but the DXRacer does have that slight edge because of the fact that it is a bit more of a premium chair compared to the Ewin Racing Chair. But with that being said, that was my overall impressions of the Ewin Racing Chair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, share, and subscribe. I'm Ndukauba, and I'll see you guys in the next video.